It depends on the race.
You're too far from the mic.
Sorry, it depends on the race.
Who are these reverse aging people? I'd like to meet them.
Because, no, it's not that it's reverse aging. It's just that the darker skin you have, you age more slowly.
But do you age still?
Yes, you do, but you age more
So that would
slowly in
make
comparison.
you more old in 10 years?
That's not what the question was.
Yeah, it's about attractiveness, and age generally tends to equate to attractiveness.
Yes, but if you compare a 25-year-old white girl and a 35-year-old black woman, if we average 10 years...
They're not the same person, though.
Yeah, it's just based on one person.
So. Oh, it's based on one
Yes.
person. Oh, I thought you were just talking about the average. She
Austin,
didn't
can you
make that.
close the doors?
But
So,
I mean,
yeah,
even if it was, even if you had to sort of equal it out between all the races, on average, do you think that there would be?
No, I think that there is a difference. I do.
Do you think that
there's
the
a
average
difference.
25-year-old black girl is more attractive than the average 35-year-old black girl?
No, I would say it was pretty much the same. And you could test me on it. It's just the way it is. I'm 51.
Yeah?
That's crazy.
Yeah, you look good for.
Well, what's the point about you being 51?
I don't know.
You look amazing, but you're saying you didn't look better at 25?
No, I'm not saying, we're not talking about me. I don't think that I look better when I was 25. But what I'm saying is that it depends on your skin. It depends on your phenotype. The darker skin you have, the more slowly you age. And you can look.
But is there a race that reverse ages, though? Because we're talking about being more attractive when you're 35 than you were when you're 25.
No, I'm saying that it'd be on par. I'm saying that a 25-year-old and a 35-year-old with darker skin would be on par. I actually sent Brian a picture of me 12 years ago. And you could see how I looked 12 years ago. And it's not that different.
When you say that difference, so you're saying the
the
little...
picture.
Okay.
You see it?
Can you pull it up, Austin, the picture? Granted, I think I took a look at the photo. It's looks a little touched up, but...
Yeah, but that was me when I was like 30-something. I would say I look better now, actually.
Erroneous! Erroneous!
I mean, that's what I'm saying.
Not sure
You
about
want the
that
truth?
Yeah.
You look better there.
I think
You
you
look-
look
you look
pretty
better then.
now.
We don't have to.
Okay, she can still look pretty now, but I mean, we're doing a comparison
Yeah.
here.
You
So.
look
I
good for
agree.
51. Very good for 51.
Yes.
But there,
You're stunning, but
different.
come on.
Yeah, I know. Like I said, what I say still stands. Science backs it up.
Okay. All right. We're going to get into some of the pre-show notes here finally. So let's see here. Where do we begin? Why don't we go back to Eva? Did I say it right? Eva,
You can say
Eva.
whatever you want. People call me all.
Okay.
all
We talked about
pronunciations.
this last show with different pronunciations gets people in trouble. Let's see. You're a virgin, and you said you find it pretty uncomfortable when the man has a high body count, so I avoid dating people like that. I'm a little confused. You said what are you waiting for marriage or?
Yeah.
Okay, so you will not, even if it's like the guy you're like, I know I'm going to marry this guy, you'll still wait until you're married to have sex?
Yeah.
Okay, so you are waiting until marriage, just to be clear. Yo, Kai, thank you for the gifted 20 subs. Really appreciate it. Thank you, man. Okay, and was this an issue in your previous relationship? Like, was he wanting to have sex or?
No.
Okay, he was on board with it. Okay. Let's see, you said you date to marry. You prefer a more traditional relationship. You'd like your husband to be a provider if you're going to have children with him. You intend on pursuing a career, but I don't want it to be necessary. You said you wanted to be an attorney, correct? Okay, corporate attorney, was that right? You just prefer for it to be beneficial, as in I would not like for the household income to depend on me, but I wouldn't mind adding to it. I think that social media has exacerbated an issue within the dating world. I will not go on a date if a man does not give me enough notice. Asking the night before or day of is an immediate no. Okay, no quarrels with that part. Let's go into you prefer more traditional relationships. You want your husband to be a provider. If your husband had the means, and so let's say he was a high earner, and he said, well, I don't want you to work. Would you go along with that?
Yeah, I think so. If I thought that my kids could go through college and get cars and
Yeah, let's assume they could.
Yeah, then no, 100%.
Okay. So even though you do have some career aspirations, if your husband was capable of providing to a degree where you could stay home, you'd be fine with that? Okay. I don't think there's any quarrels there. Maybe the only quarrel, I don't know if it's even that big of a concern for me, although Andrew would probably like it. Do you consider yourself traditional in all regards? Like, are you conservative or? Didn't she say she was voting for Kamala?
Yeah.
Kamala?
I'm a Republican, but I am voting for Kamala because I don't like Trump.
What?
You could just not vote.
Yeah, please.
You said you do political science. What is your political persuasion, would you say?
What do you mean? I just said that I was a Republican. Or what do you mean?
Why don't you like Trump?
Because I think he's a threat to our democracy.
How?
Because he tried to overthrow the government.
How did he try and do that?
By, like, storming the Capitol? That's not a normal
Is
thing.
MSNBC your favorite news outlet?
Did Trump
No,
storm the
actually, no.
Capitol himself?
He encouraged his followers to.
How?
By
Oh, boy.
tweeting it?
When did he tweet to storm the Capitol?
He tweeted it.
Can you quote it, exactly what he said?
No,
big-
I can't
it's a
quote
big
exactly
allegation.
What he said, but he did that.
Well, that would be
Can you
mainstream
quote exactly
medium.
what he said?
No, I
He
can't.
said we're going to go down to and we're going to be peacefully marching. That's what he said.
And then people took it too
peaceable.
far.
Wait, why would you vote? Like, if you don't like Trump, that's one thing, but why would you vote for a Democrat if you're a Republican?
Right.
Because I think she's a good option, and I think she has the potential to improve our
But-
country.
What has
So just
she
to be clear,
done?
it's not that
3.5
you
years.
just don't want to vote for Trump and that you just don't like,
No, it's not just that I don't like Trump,
you
but
want her, you want her in there over Trump, essentially. And she's a Democrat, but you're a Republican.
I think it's
Make it make
possible
sense.
to not like a particular representative. I don't think he's a good representative. of
So
my
what do you think
party.
about the fact that she didn't have to be nominated? She just kind of got forced.
I do
as
think that's
the-
an interesting loophole. I don't
Yeah.
know if that's completely valid.
It
that
100% is valid. That's
that
the
is
the
how
only way
it
she got into
works.
office was, here she goes. No one voted her in.
Well, but that's how that works when the president steps down, the vice president steps up, and that's.
This is an
This isn't
election.
about that. This is
Well,
about
how
the
I understand it,
election.
Wait, let me ask a couple questions.
And the president is still the president of the United States right now.
Your position on gun ownership?
I think people should be able to have guns.
Okay. Your position on abortion?
I think people should be able to have abortions if they want them.
Okay. Your position on, are you in favor of,
Drag queens reading stories to children in school.
No.
are trans women women?
I don't know.
Don't
I
know.
don't. I think it's
Are trans women women?
like a man that did what?
I think she
What is a
just
woman?
doesn't want to get canceled
Hold
online,
on.
but she's saying
What,
Yeah,
what,
low-key.
what is a woman?
Something that's born a woman, I think.
But without
Or
using the
female.
word woman, can you give a definition?
It's biological, has ovaries, uterus.
Okay, so then would a
reproductive organs,
trans
of that
woman,
nature.
a biological male who transitions to becoming a woman, would that be a woman?
No.
Okay.
What economic model do you prefer, capitalism or communism?
Capitalism?
Okay. Republican. I've never heard. I'm a Republican, but I'm voting for. I mean, look, I can understand you have objections to Trump or whatever,
I
but
can understand saying I'm
I'm not going to
RFK.
vote.
Yes.
But he's dropped out now. But if I could understand that, but
Do you
Kamala, she's like
She's-
the opposite.
I mean,
She's
why
pretty
just
bad.
not vote?
Yeah, you
Because
could
I
just.
don't want to sacrifice the vote for Trump. I don't
Wait, but-
like Trump.
You live in California, don't you?
Yeah.
I mean, she's going to get the popular vote in California anyway. So
I don't know. I just don't
You
want
could just
to
not vote.
not contribute. Isn't it like?
But you want to do a disservice to your own party that you claim you are?
I think it's a disservice to elect Trump.
because of the
She has a
January
right
6th.
to. She has a right to who she wants to vote for. I
yeah.
mean, she's an adult.
Everyone
It's
has a right.
bro,
Like,
it's
why are you
like-
guys
Question
getting in
or
on
vote,
her?
though.
Like, why are you
It's
guys going in
discussion.
on her?
And we've
She can
we've-
vote.
and we've
We
got
live
a
in a
right
free
to,
country.
to ask these questions.
Yeah,
We live in a free
good
country.
questions. Look at our worlds. Look at the nation right now.
Not answering those
OnlyFans
questions
girl.
is what
She's a
affecting our
Christian.
is affecting our world. And sure, she's allowed. Sure, she's allowed to vote for whoever wants. We live in America. She can do whatever she wants, but we're allowed to. This is a discussion about who she's voting for.
She seems pretty resolute. That's all I'm saying.
I don't think so. I think you can be swayed.
Yeah.
I think she can be swayed.
I think you could be swayed.
I think you've had too much programming from
I have a
Twitter or something,
question.
or TikTok.
Do
Maybe.
you think that Biden, the past 4 years, did better than Trump? Because we already had him, and he didn't threaten the
I don't
democracy.
think Trump did good at all.
compared
Really?
to Biden.
You mean
compared
like?
to Biden.
Do you
I
maybe
don't think
just not
Biden
know
did
like the
either.
statistics?
But Kamala
and that's
backed
okay.
him
But
and
it's
said
better
he
to say
was
that instead of just like
competent and amazing
going
and
back and forth.
wonderful. Don't you
Isn't
think
that what
she's
she's supposed to do? The same way Mike Pence backed up everything Trump did?
We wouldn't want Mike
Mike
Pence to be
agreed with
president.
and Kamala
Okay, but
now?
until he
just because
didn't.
I'm a Republican doesn't mean I need to blindly follow everybody in the party. There's like distinctions that you can make about the
But
values of who you're voting for.
But it's like, okay.
I'm not going to vote for somebody who says he's going to grab women by the pussy. That's like
See, all the
insanely
things
vulgar.
that you are
Kinda like her
saying
profile on
do
OnlyFans,
not
right? That's
do not
vulgar.
have anything to do with being a leader of the country when you are weighing out the facts of the best for the American people.
Do you
I think
it's-
Katie Hopkins said it best when she said, "I'd rather have someone grab me by the pussy than have a pussy for president."
Literally,
I would rather have a woman for president than
I would never.
No.
Why would you rather have a woman for president?
I'm responding to what you said. You said that somebody said they would rather be grabbed by the pussy. I would not rather be sexually assaulted than have a female represent the country.
No,
Essay.
a pussy for president, like a coward sort of thing, like a bad leader.
Yeah.
you know? Like somebody who's not a strong leader is what they're saying.
It was the contents of the.
Do you think that
contents of
Kamala
it.
Harris is genuinely like a good political strategist and somebody who has the kind of mind and the kind of qualities that could run a country in a competent way?
I don't know if I know like enough about her to say that entirely, but
Do you
I think
know?
from what I've seen, yes.
From what you've seen, what are some of the strong points? What do you like about her?
you guys are so putting me on the spot for my
But
political
you just said you
views
don't
and
want to
all
blindly
ganging
follow
up on
Trump,
me.
and it kind of seems like you're blindly following
trying.
Kamala.
I tried.
I'm not blindly following Kamala. I've seen things that she said, and I agree with things she says. I think,
Like what?
like the abortion thing, but you guys are going to get on my ass about saying that I'm pro-choice.
Or just give your views on it and just let the conversation flow, because you could say, I could say something, or any of us could say something, and you can come right back and say you disagree with it. But to make such a strong statement like, I'm a Republican, but I'm voting for Kamala Harris, that is me hearing that, I'm like, what? Like, that's a big
I
deal
think
when it's
less
somebody who
Republican to
really,
vote for
really
Donald Trump,
values.
if you understand your politics correctly.
I do understand my politics correctly. That's where this entire panel that's talking to you about it is trying to understand your reasoning, because that doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense to vote a sexual assaulter into office either.
Do you reckon that is, even if that were true, do you think that would affect the way he runs the country and leads the country,
Yeah,
and the
I
way
think
he
it represents how
talks
he
with
feels
Russia,
about,
and the way he
like,
talks with China, and the way he
entire
doesn't get
gender.
people into wars, and the way he treats the border and the economy, and the way he treats the education system and taxes?
Yes.
You think that it affects all of that?
Yes.
Don't you do political science?
Mm-hmm.
How does it affect that?
It affects the way he feels about an entire gender. If he is sexually assaulting people, then he.
So what I said
views
was,
women
how
as
does it
less.
affect the border? How does it affect his relationship with Putin and Xi and Kim Jong-un? And
You
how
said
does it affect the
economics
economy?
and education as well. That's what it has to do with.
Okay,
But it all ties together. These are
how does that particular thing, the one? And by the way, that's not a very heinous comment. If you hear the way the guys talk when girls aren't around, it's really nothing.
unfortunately,
So if you,
but
if you,
it is.
If you
So I
hear
have to accept that because it's not.
You
like,
don't have to
normal for you
accept
guys?
it.
I know that you guys probably wouldn't with your girlfriends. You guys say some ratchet shit, by the way. I know what you girls get up to behind
That's a
behind
fact.
closed doors. You guys say some crazy shit.
You're making
lot
an
of
assumption
guys
about
will
my
say
character
that.
Us-
without knowing.
I'm just saying girls in general. Okay, maybe you're a perfect little angel who has never said anything bad in your life, and if you are, then I'd be very, very proud to be in this room with you right now. But me, I'm not. And when guys get together, when we're behind closed doors, in Boise situations, shit gets a bit wild. And
Locker room talk.
And it
Trump
doesn't
thought he was with one
justify
of the
it.
boys.
And I don't want to say, like, do I love what came out of his mouth or what has been said? Absolutely not. But if I have to put on the table of my future, my son's future, and weighing out the pros and cons between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump being president, take away all of the opinion stuff, take away all of the bad-mouthing stuff, and you don't know their names, you 100% would never go for Kamala Harris over Trump with the policies and the better good, or greater good for the country when it comes our border. We are the amount of American people that are not able to take care of their own livelihood because of the immigration system. And I don't know what words I can say, so I'm trying to articulate as best as I can.
Illegal aliens.
Illegal aliens, there we go. Now, do I have a problem with people coming in, coming from other countries? No, just do it the right way. Same way we all have to do if we want to go out of town, we got to go get a passport. We have to go through the process. Same with, just...
I could have come on the Mexican border. It would have been easier for me.
Yeah, he's a legal alien.
Well, I'm actually a tourist, technically.
Oh, well, he's a tourist. So...
Did you have to get a visa to come here? I'm just curious.
I did. It's very difficult as well. You guys have a very robust immigration system unless you go through the southern border.
Isn't that so weird that when you're trying to do things legally, it takes like 7 times the amount of time?
I was trying to get citizenship here, but then it would have cost me like 50 grand to do it with lawyers and accountants and setting everything up.
Hey, and you would have got free healthcare if you just walked through the
I think that
border.
I'd be a pretty productive citizen, but instead they've got freaking Javier just coming in from.
And that's the thing, and it's really unfortunate. And there's so much more. Look at. And like you were saying about Robert Kennedy, is like the speech he gave when he was endorsing Trump, I teared up, and it was because like he articulated his words so profoundly when it came to talking about what our children are eating, what's going on in big pharma, what's going on in our healthcare systems, and for him to endorse Trump, regardless if it was like a no choice, is huge because he's also going in with such a strong role, coming from an incredible belief system. Mm-hmm. We need that. We don't have that when it comes to Tim Walz and Kamala Harris. And these are just the little factors that are displayed on mainstream media. But even if you go deeper into it, take away the opinions, take away from feeling offended personally, you weigh out the pros and cons. Donald Trump and going with Trump is 1,000% better for you, better for me, better for the entire American people.
Anyways, I don't think we're going to convince her, but I do.
Trump's probably listening right now.
He might be. I do have some a little more details about Brenna over here. Brenna, just a couple questions.
Watch anything else?
Wait, Brenna, how tall are you?
5'7".
5'7". Okay. Does the name? Did you used to go by Christy?
No.
Christy Derrick?
No.
Okay, so you used to do escorting.
No.
The plot thickens.
No.
Look, it might not be 100% confirmed here, but the same people who sent me the video, it's your matching tattoo. They're also claiming that you were involved in escorting.
I don't know why somebody would be claiming that.
In which you were charging $1,800 for a 1-hour coffee date, $3,000 for a lunch date, $5,000 for a dinner date, $8,000 for an overnight date, plus $500 trip to the islands, $500 plus for couples. Are you also going to deny this also?
Yeah.
So you were not involved in escorting
I'm not
at all?
an escort, no.
What was this on? I'm just curious. Did someone just text you that, or was it like a on paper type of thing?
Yeah, that's
I'm
not
just curious.
fair when people just submit a comment and then you call me a liar about it because somebody on the internet wants to say that.
I mean, it's literally a video, the first video. The escorting stuff, I'm still not 100% on. The video is